This is a strong team of my Premier Martial Arts advanced kids, and they're going to have a fun show for you guys. All right, so let's do this. Feet together, set, and pyramid formation! Feet together, set! What's the step for?
Full stop, just start.
Ready, stance, move!
Count.
What's the step for?
Meditate, action, start.
Defensive stance, move! What's the step for?
Common sense, full stop, head start.
Fighting stance, move! What's the step for?
Keep your 100% start.
Horse stance, move! Thank you for being here. If I just say maybe something first is that I feel very protected in here today. There's some amazing black belt masters, grand masters, and yeah, this could be a bad place for a problem tonight. I have 124 black belts that we've promoted to this day, and you know, I put my life and sacrificed time and effort and blood, sweat, and tears to get to that accomplishment of this is my job. My life is based on building these black belts. And not just black belts, students, you know, right? I could not instruct without students, so I would be talking to myself, you know, a lot, and get very far. So we have to give the credit, the appreciation, the respect to the founder of the American Kajukembo Association. This is the man, the legend, the myth, and the founder, Chief Senior Grandmaster Don Nahuleva, Ali. Let's give it to Ali. But I tried to start with a quick journey where this began in 1985. Troubled teen, we were just living life in the hood of Abilene, the projects on Vogel and Lawrence Road. I was blessed to have a wonderful mother that raised 7 kids without abandoning her life by herself. I had 2 friends in the neighborhood. We were out all night, literally all night, playing basketball or whatever. These were the guys that I first saw over there doing some karate stuff. And I went and asked them. You know, the honest truth, one was really cute and I wanted to talk to her. And we were 15 years old. Then Michael Benavides and Stephanie Benavides, my brother and sister, who took me in that first dojo ever in my life. I had no clue. I wasn't planning. There was no like, oh, I want to do karate sometime. I was playing basketball. I was like, why not? You know, sure. They wanted me to go, I'll go. I met a guy named Patrick McDaniel. And I was very scared. The training was rough. These guys went in there. It was my first class. And I learned like 6 drills of kata, and I sparred and got beat up by a girl. There's no way I've gotten here alone. And I'm not going to go anywhere else in my life alone. Patrick McDaniel saved my life. He showed me a better avenue. 3 months after I started training at Sears Park Recreation Center, my first tournament in Monahans, Texas, I didn't know what to do. I did whatever he told me. My instructor told me to go bang my head on the brick wall. I said, yes sir, how many times? I went to a tournament and I was doing all right, for a white boy, And that second place trophy, I slept with it. I polished it, and I love that trophy. And then from almost that part on, I was at a karate tournament almost every weekend of my life for 25 years. Estimated about 800 tournaments, over 2,000 fights. I will not know how to lose. I was doing MMA before anyone knew what MMA was. I was there the day when we found Richard Peralta because this man was kind of left alone with not really, as a young man himself, as a child learning Kajukembo, which the seed all goes back to Senior Grandmaster George Jackson, who brought Kajukembo to Abilene, Texas, through Dyess Air Force Base. George Jackson, could you stand, sir? I guess because of Kajukembo being landed in so many military bases, an instructor would stay there for a period of time. They had the passion to teach and pass on some knowledge, but then they would leave. Patrick didn't fade away. We found this guy who called us up to the bleachers. Hey, Kajukembo? I'm Kajukembo. And this was the late Grandmaster Richard Peralta. He took us under his wing. We slapped that patch on. We trained the Peralta ways for many, many years. McDaniel moved to North Carolina. He told me, you go to Peralta. Okay, I'll bang my head on the wall, you tell me. I'll go to Peralta. I never in my life missed one Sunday where I was at Mr. Peralta's gym. I was there, I was with Peralta every Sunday. Literally 2 days before he passed. And I took everything that Mr. Peralta gave me. So much knowledge on top of what McDaniel gave me. Let's just connect it and continue. There's one word that is for AKA. It's Ohana. And this is family. When you become a part with these guys, Grandmaster Wright, Grandmaster Chavez, Grandmaster Jackson, Grandmaster Berkey, Grandmaster Playa, Grandmaster Marty Aragon, but you're part of the family. And this is the way of Ali. Premier Martial Arts has been a blessing, not for just my family and myself, but again for the community. Our current school, we have over, 350-ish active students. I've taught martial arts full-time for 30 years. I've never really had another job. I don't know much else. So we need some plumbing at our house. You call Misty. I know martial arts. And that's the one thing that I do and I've dedicated my life to. I learn from students. If they're 3, if they're 63, if they're white belts or black belts, if there's amateurs or professionals, I learn from my students. Through the years, I had a lot of good students, man. And we've lost a few. Tomorrow's not promised, right? It's borrowed time. Richard Peralta, he passed 2 days after teaching at my seminar for a weekend. Peralta didn't have a lot of compliments. I thought I would do freaking amazing out there. He's like, you look like crap. Like, yes, sir. Lucian Webb was a good black belt of ours. L-Dog. Lucian had an accident, lost his life. It was rough, it was emotional, the family. He grew up through the martial arts as a kid to a young man. Johnny Robinson. You knew Johnny Robinson. You knew Johnny Robinson from the skating ring. You knew Johnny Robinson from the singing, from the dancing, from Woods and Recreation. You knew Johnny Robinson from being there for anyone at any time to give them the shirt off his back. We lost Johnny a few years ago. I had a lady come to me and say, my kid has terminal cancer. He's going to die. He's 5 years old. He's always wanted to do martial arts. Could you help us? Brendan Coates, in a lot of ways, was like a son. Only a few years of his life, but never in my life have I met a more powerful individual, human being. No quit. He knew what was going on, more than any of us. And he gave his all in everything that he did. Always a smile. I would go to his house, we spent time, the whole hospice stuff, and he trained hard. These guys were there to give him his honorary black belt. Ali came down. Ali was at his funeral. These guys were all here. Allison, could you come here, please? He loved sticky donuts. What was it called?
He loved the sticky donuts.
Sticky donuts at the bakery. And he loved self-defense. We teach some self-defense drills that Brendan created. I am not kidding. These didn't come from no Grand Masters, with all respect. These came from Brendan. We have a wrist release where, the way I learned it, you're supposed to do this and do this. Well, Brendan told me you should just do that. I teach it today because Brendan told me, and it's better. We had an obstacle course challenge. It was a tough challenge. Had to crawl under something, over something, zigzag through, break a board, throw some punches. Brendan wasn't doing very well during that obstacle course. His leg was hurting. He was limping like this, and I went out there to try to help him. I'm like, Brendan, let me help you do it. He said, no, C-Gum, I got this. All alone, I stepped away. He finished.
In 2007, Brendan started taking karate at Premier, and both of our kids actually took karate at Premier. And our daughter Amelia took karate, but I think honestly, she was 4 at the time. I think honestly she was kind of like the costume, and she liked to look in the mirror at herself, so it really wasn't about karate for her. But Brendan took it differently. He took it serious. No matter how bad of a day he was having, no matter how sick he was, he had a smile on his face, and if he knew he had karate that day, it was even a better day for him. All the chemo he went through, all the radiation, all the surgeries, the best medicine that Brendan ever had was taking karate, and under the instruction of James. Not just James, too. Aaron touched Brendan's life tremendously. So Aaron was known as the Karate Kid. So anybody who's ever seen the Karate Kid knows why, right? Yeah, he looks like the Karate Kid, doesn't he? Yeah. Brendan just loved them. Aaron won a fight, and his belt, he won it in honor for Brendan, and he gave it to Brendan. And these guys came and supported our family, and when Brendan was on hospice, and it was the last couple of days of his life, literally, they were at our house. So Premier is not just Kajukembo, it's family. And they have been our family since day one. They were there from the beginning, they were there for the end of Brendan. They will always be in our life. Brendan, on his last couple of days of his life, he did not speak, he did not eat, he did not drink. But when Aaron and Sigam and Logan came to the house, we were in the other room, and to our surprise, all of a sudden we hear this loud Kia from Brendan's room, and it was Brendan. And that was one of the last things that we ever heard Brendan say. And that just shows the love that Brendan had for James and for Aaron and for the Premier family. And we just wanted to say thank you, and that we love you, and you will always be our family. Thank you.
I got a text from John just over a week ago. His family were a part of Premier Martial Arts. His boys, Carson Wright, Jackson Linneman, and Jacob Linneman trained with us for many years. Jacob Linneman is one of my black belts. When I talked at that funeral last week, I said, there's a saying that, how long does it take the average person to become a black belt? The answer is, the average person does not become a black belt. 1 in 10,000. We had a stat going around all the time. 10,000 people start your school and only one will get a black belt. He was 1 in 10,000. Jacob passed away last week. Accidental gunshot. His family's here with us today because Jacob was going to be here. We developed a fight team. Like, why not? You know, it's the thing. Sounds fun. Was a little late in my years to try to hope for a UFC career. But I had guys younger that could do it. Kyle Kress, Damon Landry, Aaron Serta, Stephen Alcula, Cody Hawford, Dustin Dela Cruz, Roy Little, Mitchell Hell, and John Linneman. These are the professional fighters. These guys go in the cage, they go in the ring with an intention that their opponent is there to hurt them, to do them harm. You win by knockout or submission. It's a dangerous sport, and the physical conditioning is insane, extreme, the kind of shape that these guys are in. Not just strength, not just flexibility, not just cardio, but heart. You know, we go to those 3 Ds, dedication, determination, and desire. Remember there was one guy, I think we were in Houston, John, 6'9", 300-something pounds. This is not even supposed to be a human being. In between the round, got cut open really big, had 3 Q-tips taped together with some grease, put them in there, the whole Q-tip goes in his head. John asked me, is it bad? I was like, nah, bro, it's good. So I want to notice a couple of people. This is from Premier Kajukembo MMA, One Ohana, 2016. Thank you for the loyal dedication, determination, and desire to fight with the heart of a warrior while still representing yourself and your team. Team is together, everyone achieves more. Mr. Cody Hawford, same award for our MMA pro fighter Aaron Serta. So there's 4 people that I want to acknowledge. Thank you for over 20 years of outstanding service, loyal dedication to learn and improve while guiding others to look, feel, and become their best. Professor Tony Forby-Stokes, Professor Cheryl Andrews, Professor Claude Lawson, Professor Curtis Chambers, David Radicke. Honoring you for the commitment of changing lives forever through quality martial arts. Thank you, Professor Patrick McDaniel. From the American Kajukembo Association, Ohana, be it known that this person has dedicated themselves in the Kajukembo self-defense system, perfected the mixed martial arts skills of karate, judo, jiu-jitsu, kempo, and kung fu, which is the foundation of Kajukembo, and having achieved their goals after years of training and committing themselves in spirit, mind, and body. And according to the Constitution and bylaws, we do hereby seal this document and award the barrier to first degree black belt, Mr. Danny Halstead. Dalton Kennedy, Elijah Speck. We had 3 people test for their second degree. Mr. Thomas Presley. Gil Hunt. Mr. Christopher Gardner. You're not going to find a better boxing mitt holder, as well as a person to condition and push from the inside out. I have an award somewhere, but right now it's from my heart to yours. Junior Popeye Coronado. You know, my staff that is current, that is working for me full time. I just want to kind of recognize Austin Postuma, Brendan Jimenez, and Bryce Gregory. If I could see if the Grand Masters have anything to close with. You know, Kajukembo came to Abilene because of Grandmaster Jackson. So if you guys would like to say a few words, Grandmaster Jackson and Grandmaster Chavez, or any presentations.
And I'm sort of speaking on behalf of AKA, Abilene, and the rest of the Grandmasters and the crew here. This is sort of redundant, all the things that you know about Professor Cox and all the things he's done and the hearts he's touched and the people he's taught. But we wanted to recognize that, so I think this is rather timely. What I have here is Outstanding Leadership Award presented to Master James Cox. A grateful appreciation for your many years of superior leadership qualities, professionalism, and dedication to the AKA and its mission. This is from Ali Nanaholeva, AKA founder, October 24th, 2015. And we really appreciate all that you do and all that you continue to do, so thank you very much. Fasten your seatbelts. This is Grandmaster George Jackson.
Yeah, you guys ready to go to sleep? Look, I am really the blessed one here because many years ago, God saw fit to send me to Dyess Air Force Base in Texas. I had been training under Lee Navaleva down in Fort Worth at Carswell. When I got here, there was not a Kajukembo school, so we started one. And during that time, we had an opportunity to go and train at Woodson, the Woodson Recreation Center, where we met Mr. Patrick McDaniels, who has passed it on to Master James Cox. I don't think there's much more I can say other than Master Cox has done such a tremendous job of growing martial arts here in Texas. They say Texas is a Lone Star state. Well, here's one of those Lone Stars that's doing one heck of a thing. If you look around this room, you see what he has done and is continuing to do. So I decided to present Master Cox a small little token, and it reads, commemorating 30 years of outstanding successful promotion and growth of mixed martial art in the state of Texas. Kajukembo from me.
Sometimes I can be hard to deal with. There's one person that deals with me the most, the love of my life, to the moon and back, my wife, Misty Cox. Let's give her a hand. I want to thank her for everything she does for me, for the school, for the students, for the kids. I mean, I'm so busy, sometimes 12, 15 hours a day in martial arts. We have a clan, you know, we have a group of kiddos. She's there to take care of them. My baby boy, man, changed my life. I was 20 years old. You know, one of the first things I did is when Jay was born, I went to go tell all my friends, I can't hang out with them no more. The friends I was hanging with at that time were not doing the right things. And then some of those friends came back around to my house, you know, trying to get me to go get in trouble. That's what we did. And I told them, no, I don't want you back over here. If anybody else would like to say anything, I would like to see if Professor McDaniel would like to close with any thoughts. So be honored, sir.
Definitely an honor to be here. In the 60s, I was watching the Green Hornet. That was a different kind of fighting style that was coming from Kato. A different fighting style. And I've always been a different kind of person. So if I wanted to learn to fight, I need to fight like Bruce Lee, you know? So I pretended, and I pretended to be like Bruce Lee. So I thought that Chinese people were the only one that could fight like that. So I had to pretend I was Chinese. Keeping up with me? And when I was told that there was going to be a karate instructor coming to Woodson Recreation Center to teach us karate, it was this man. And he's not Chinese. But did you know what that did for me then? I said, now I know I can be me and be a karate instructor. There's no man under any considerable period that can wear one face to himself and another to the multitude without being confused about which be the true. What happens if you got a dojo face for many years, then you've got a family face, then you've got a social face out in the world, and that dojo face is important when you go to the dojo. But what happens with this martial arts thing is those faces all come together and form that personality that makes you who you are. You guys are here because he now knows who he is. If it was just a dojo face, this wouldn't be going on today. So that's why you're here, brother, because what you've done in the dojo has now spread across the nation. So that's why you're here.
Anybody else? Otherwise, we're going to get started. Anybody? Anything? Yes, sir. Grandmaster Berkey.
I don't get out much, so a lot, most people don't know me, but when I joined the AKA, it was one of the best things, and about, I guess it's 3 or 4 years ago, I met Master Cox. I was very impressed with his technique, but more importantly, the quality of black belts he's done, and he never sold out. You people are lucky to train with a man like that, because not only in Kajukembo, but in martial arts and mixed martial arts, you can't believe the amount of crap and sold out stuff that happens every day. People that have got 4th, 5th, 6th stripe, one baby punch, and they'd be out cold. You guys have all earned it, and you know, I just want you to appreciate what this man is. It's great to see someone who loves the art, who's dedicated himself to it, who has not sold out, and yet is making a good living off of doing something that he loves and teaching martial arts. And there are many, many instructors that teach for a living. He's the only one that I've personally met that I would take my hat off to. Most of them, it's like money, money, money. Sign the contract, if the check clears the bank, you get your rank. Those things really annoy me. He is not that way. So I just want everybody to know. I really respect the man.
Wow. This kid was like the junior Eric Sir. He was like Brandon and these kids. In trouble every day. How many times I beat you up? How many times I took your belt away? How many times I called his parents? He became a good black belt. I'm not sure what he's about to say, but this is today an extremely successful entrepreneur. This is David.
I really just want to take just a moment to give my respects and just honor him. He was more than just a teacher, more than just a mentor. He was like a father to me. He taught me life lessons. He taught me the wisdom he's poured into me. I use it every day. I got asked by the president of our bank, he said, Dave, why are you so much better? I could easily trace it right back to this man right here. Everything happens for a reason. When I was in 4th or 5th grade, I got in a little squabble with a fellow person there, and my dad took me to karate to get some blow off some steam and learn how to fight. I never would have thought that day, that one event in my life would have had such a big change, and everything that happened from that day forward, becoming a black belt and just the best person I've ever known to not just karate, but a genuine person, his genuine love for his students. He really does. He cares about every one of us. And that bleeds, we see it every day. But thank you so much.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks for everything, man. I feel to sing and dance and celebrate, and we're all down and have that good time. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oops.
Watch me, nene. Now watch me win. Watch me, nene. Now watch me win. Watch me, nene. Now watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me.
Keep on walking by yourself. Walking by yourself. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Right foot, let's start. Left foot, let's start. Cha-cha, real smooth. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 5 hops this time.
You hardly ever saw a man better than him. Never come back from Copperhead Road.
Red engine is somewhere in cloud. Taking you away. Leaving me alone.
I love it in the morning. I love it in the evening. I love it in the daytime, nighttime, any other time is the right time. Wanna do tonight. Got women's in the high place. Got women's in the roadkill. Got women's on the east side, the west side, and any other side is the best side. Wanna do tonight. Wanna do tonight. Wanna do tonight. Well, wanna do tonight. I like it on a Monday. I need it on a Tuesday. I love it on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Wanna do tonight. Wanna do tonight. Got women's in the high place. Got women's in the roadkill. Got women's on the east side, the west side, any other side is the best side. Wanna do tonight. Wanna do tonight. Wanna do tonight. Wanna do tonight.